played by an even lovelier lady, 90-year-old Rachel Johnson, who for 40 years played the organ at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church here in Hopkinton, New Hampshire. And by no coincidence, Hopkinton is the subject of our Just Up the Road today.
Rachel Johnson is a native of Hopkinton, member of the New Hampshire Antiquities Society and former town librarian. It was Rachel who suggested many of the features on our Just Up the Road segment today. And we can promise you two things. The first is good music, and the second, lots of luck. Lots of luck. Today we are going to stay within the boundaries of the town of Hopkinton. We will start just north of Route 202 on Route 127. From there, we'll travel through West Hopkinton to the settlement of Kentucky. Now, I say settlement because Kentucky is actually a part of the town of Hopkinton. At Kentucky, we reverse direction and travel south to the main village of Hopkinton. Our entire trip today is only 8 miles. And here is our start. Less than a mile up Route 127, we come to the Army Corps of Engineers Dam. And at its base, a holding pool for a hydroelectric generator which gives power to the Hogue Sprague Paper Company, which is just a few hundred yards down the road. The plant is just across the street from this splendid old covered bridge. Here by the Kentucky River, workers from Hogue Sprague eat their lunches when the weather is nice. The plant shares the lot with the Bioenergy Corporation, the only wood-burning electric generating company in the state. These are their cooling towers. Just up the road, and we come to the Army Corps of Engineers Park. And here we have picnicking and a terrific beach and no traffic. 3 miles up the road and we come to the community of Kentucky and another gorgeous old covered bridge, now a warehouse. In the last century, there used to be 2 covered bridges here. Kentucky is also the part of town where the Hopkinton Fair is held each September. The fairgrounds are used for other things as well. The 4-H was having a heifer contest the day we dropped by. Now on to Hopkinton itself, and what a beautiful village it is. 18th century houses everywhere. The Antiquities Building and Library open Mondays and Wednesdays. The Town Hall, which years ago had no pillars. St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, where Rachel Johnson used to play.
Now, in the beginning, I promised you some luck, and this is it. This giant pile of horseshoes is right opposite Main Street here in Hopkinton. It was put here back in 1920 by some kid that used to work in the blacksmith shop. He found all these horseshoes down under the floorboards, and he made this giant pile. Now, this is supposed to be the luckiest spot in New Hampshire, and I know it is because I came down here, I touched all these horseshoes, and then I went and I bought a sweepstakes ticket, and somebody won. It wasn't me. Anyhow, that's our tour for today. Thank you for coming along. Happy motoring, and hey, good luck. That pile of horseshoes, incidentally, was welded together. And the reason is because it used to be a lot bigger, but people kept stealing the horseshoes. So the people that owned the pile of horseshoes decided not to trust their luck to chance. From Hopkinton, we go due north about 40 miles up to the geographic center of the state of New Hampshire, up to West Campton. Now, no doubt you have heard the old Yankee saying, you can't get there from here. Well, last winter, I tried to take a trip from West Campton over to Rumney, and I found out You can't get there from here. This is exit 28 on Interstate 93, about 3 miles north of Plymouth. This is the exit that people take when they're going skiing over in Waterville Valley, which is out that way. That's east. We're not going east, we're going west today. We're going over to West Campton, we're going up the hill and out to Ellsworth, and hopefully we're going from Ellsworth down to Stinson Lake through the White Mountain National Forest, down to Rumney, and then to Rumney Depot. Now I say hopefully because the road between Ellsworth and Stinson Lake may not be passable in the wintertime.
Our tour begins at exit 28 off Interstate 93 in West Campton. We proceed 4 miles west to Ellsworth, and then, if road conditions permit, another 11 miles down to Stinson Lake and then to Rumney and Rumney Depot. Just up the hill from the center of West Campton is the road that leads to Ellsworth.
But before you go that way, you owe it to yourself to stop for a visit at Avery's General Store. Now, this is a kind of a general store that they used to have 50 years ago. I mean, it's got all of the old things. Look at this, flannel shirts, I mean real woolen shirts, and hurricane lamps, and hunting and fishing licenses, and, well, all the things that a general store ought to have. And the proprietor over here, this is Dick Todd. Nice to see you, Mr. Todd. What do you sell in a store like this, in a community like this?
Hardware, all types of tools, and clothing. We have Johnson Woolens from Vermont. My boots I get from South Carolina, made by the Carolina Shoe Company, who were Massachusetts housed, and then they went south. And I've had people come in here as far away as from down in Concord and over in the Conways to get the boots here.
We have penny candy too, which is a very
15
popular
varieties of penny candy.
Real?
On the bottom.
Oh, real penny candy.
And they learn modern math because it doesn't take long for them to realize that a quarter will buy them 25 pieces of something.
We had little children come in here, and they couldn't count worth a two until their mother gave them a dime or a nickel or whatever, and they found out that they could actually still get penny candy, and they got 5 pieces for the nickel or 10 pieces for the dime. That's cute.
You do cross-country skiing, do you?
Cross-country ski, yeah. There's a lot of trails. The kids can ski right off the backyard here. They go up the mountain.
If somebody wanted to do that, if they stopped here at Avery's store, you could tell them where to go.
Yeah, we do. We tell them where to go most of the time. One way or another, we tell them where to go. Yeah.
Just up the road from the general store is the Armont Inn. And right across the street from the Armont Inn, just look at this view. All right, now this town right here, this is Ellsworth. Now this is a small town, and we're talking small. We're not talking 46,000, 4,600. We're talking 46 people. That's all there is in this town. A lot of this town doesn't even have electricity. This is it. This is what there is. See that little building up there? A little building there used to be a school. It's now the town hall. It's where they have the town meetings. They get, I understand, 50% of the town turns out for the town meeting. That would be what, 20, 26 people maybe. And the church, which is privately owned, they don't have many services there anymore. But the most wonderful thing in this town is this. Look at this. I want you to see this. This is, and I'm not kidding, this is the library. Ah! This is the library. This is privately owned too. But in the summertime, you can get books out of here. I think there are books in here. Wait a minute. Let me look. Oh, will you look at that? Whoa. Books. Lots of books. Whoa. Come here. Come see. I want you to show it. I want to see this. Come here. Come here. Will you come here? I know the snow's deep, but come down here and look in the window. Well, yeah, I know it's messy in there. The books are all over the place, but in the summertime, I understand they put them in nice, neat rows, and they're real easy to find.